We are sponsored by a Korean Tottenham Hotspur fan who wishes for all Koreans and the rest of the world to visit and discover Singapore.
Email Kelly for an introduction to Singapore at jrjinsingapore@gmail.com. That's jrjinsingapore@gmail.com.
What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here at Changi Airport at Singapore on our way to Japan. Finally, we're going to go and get to see some Spurs. Open training, I think, is on Friday. And then it is obviously the game on Saturday against Vissel Kobe, which I'm very excited for. But we've got some transfer news to talk about today. And we're going to start off with Gazzetta Italia talking about Emerson Royal, saying that Emerson's €10 million offer for Emerson remains on the table. And it's just a case of waiting for Tottenham to accept it. But there was some dodginess going on with Ali Gold's tweets earlier on today. He tweeted out, what did he say? That neither Galatasaray or AC Milan have bid, and now that tweet's deleted.
There's a well, it wasn't deleted from Ali Gold. There was an aggregator who said Ali Gold said it, and he deleted it.
I see.
There was a report from PL Brazil that claims that Galatasaray put a €20 million bid in for Emerson, and it's forced AC Milan to up their bid. And then in response to that, an aggregator said that Ali Gold said there'd be no bid from either team. But I don't know how true any of this is. But I wouldn't be surprised if Galatasaray do force Milan to up the bid potentially, because I do think Milan want him. I do think they're playing hardball because they want to get every penny off, but I do think they're willing to go a bit higher than they're currently saying at the moment, in my opinion.
It feels like this Emerson saga is just like the never-ending saga at the moment. At least with Højbjerg, you know, it went quiet for a bit, and then out of the blue we just got a transfer. Like this one is just like, it's just keeping us going. There's like news and updates on it every day, but nothing ever seems to progress.
Yeah. And when two parties are playing hardball, that can happen sometimes, and I think that's what we're seeing. But I'm sure there'll be a resolution before the start of the season.
But let's talk about this interesting news. We brought you a couple of days ago that Spurs, that has been an ITK, didn't there, where that Spurs were going for a South Korean player that they were going to potentially loan back
Ryan
until
Taylor
the end of the season.
He said an unnamed club are looking at a young Korean winger.
Exactly, and that club has been named, and to everyone's much surprise, it's obviously Tottenham Hotspurs. Fabrizio Romano said today that Tottenham are closing in on the deal to sign 2006-born winger Min-hyuk Yang from Gangwon FC. Agreement being completed and then medical tests to follow. Paul O'Keefe says Spurs in negotiation for Min-hyuk Yang, not done but ongoing. And then reports out in Korea from Gangwon Ibo says Yang and Spurs agreed the transfer this morning. According to a key source in the domestic transfer market on the 24th, Yang, Min-hyuk and Tottenham have already agreed on the transfer, and only the contract and official announcements are left. So it looks like this one has picked up massive pace. Pretty much done deal, it seems like, from all
Paul
parties.
O'Keefe says nothing done yet.
Yeah, but if you look at reports in Korea and what Fabrizio Romano is saying, it does seem like it's all but done, to be honest.
It seems like in this kind of deal, Tottenham want him, you know, from a team like in the K-League, considering I'm sure the fee isn't going to be massive. I'm sure they'll be grateful to get that kind of fee. I think it's a smart piece of business from Tottenham. They know that there's a lot of talent in the K-League. He seems like a really promising young winger who's really exploding this season, which someone in the comments corrected me. I said last season he's doing well. It's actually this season, because the Korean League is a different time period. So actually this season he's doing really well. 7 goals, 3 assists this season. And looking at some of the goals, they've been some really special ones. He definitely likes a long range strike.
Straight out of the Sonny playbook, some of his goals.
Yes, look at some of them. I was also looking into where he plays. He played 24 games this season, 13 of them off the left and 11 of them off the right. So literally 50, very close to 50-50 in terms of playing in each position. That shows his adaptability. Reports suggest that he's going to be loaned back to the club and then come to Spurs in maybe January or next season. So I wouldn't expect.
None of the reports actually say that today, though. So it'll be interesting to see if he does come straight to Spurs.
We'll see if he does. If he does, yes, I'll be excited about it. But you are going to have fans who are going to say, "Where's all the money being spent? Where's these big signings?" You know, we've sold Kane last summer. Right now, we're 4 weeks out from the start of the season. We've spent net spend of about 8 million, considering the sales and the purchases. We've got all these. We've got the stadium. We've got all these revenue streams, and if we're signing another 18-year-old and he's going straight into the first team, then are we building a team to compete, or are we building a team to create our own players, and there's a difference there.
Yeah, there is a difference, and every fan in there has their own right to air their own grievances. I kind of feel like we do need players for the here and now as well, but I am quite excited about this player as well, and if he is coming in for this season, I will be very excited. Look, to tell you the truth, I've never really heard of him before the links came out a couple of days ago, but after doing a bit of research, after watching some clips of him, he looks dynamite. He really does look dynamite, but it's a different kettle of fish playing in the K-League and then coming to the Premier League and doing it straight away.
When he's international level, he's only ever played under 18s as well. So it's not like he has experience international. We're literally basing this on, he played 24 games this season, and albeit he's doing very well. Last season, I think he played a couple of games. He did score a goal last season. I was looking into it. So this player is clearly on the rise, and he's starting to explode a bit. But it is still the K-League. He's still 18, and he's still got a lot of developing to do.
Just take Sonny for an example. He went to Hamburg, Leverkusen, smashed out in Germany, and he took like a long time to acclimatise and acclimatise to the Premier League. So it's going to be hard for him to come in straight away, whether it be this season or next season, to really hit the ground running. So I think this could be maybe more of a work in progress than to come in and to get going straight away.
Which is why I'm not expecting him to be in the first team next season. I'm expecting him to go back on loan. I think that would be the smarter thing, but we'll see. We'll see what the Spurs decide to do, but I do think this is a really exciting signing.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Let's go to the Footy Insider. They say that Tottenham have a huge budget set aside, big money transfer in the remainder of the summer window. Eberechi Eze remains a key target whilst the club are in daily contact with Jonathan David. It's a huge budget set aside, Tim. You buying that?
I mean, that's what we heard throughout the summer, that we do have a lot of money.
Yeah,
that we're
every
spend
year
the money.
we hear stuff throughout the summer that doesn't seem to be true.
I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't. There's no reason why we shouldn't at least have budget set aside to sign at least one player in for a big fee, like an Eze for 60, 70 million. There is no reason why we can't. So I do believe that we do, that we are capable of doing that, and we are willing to do that. But at the moment, actions speak louder than words, and we haven't put the money up for any of the big players that we're in for. And I can understand the frustrations from a few fans who are looking at the situation, thinking we're a month out from the season, and we've signed Gray, Werner. That's it. Gray and Werner. I mean, we brought Bergvall into the equation as well, but in terms of new signings this summer, it's just Gray and Werner on loan. We're in a bit of a pickle with our foreign quota as well, and signing players like Werner, signing even players like Solomon have really screwed things up in terms of bringing in foreign players now. So there's going to have to be a lot of movement to be ready for the start of the season, or we risk not being ready for the start of the season, which has happened many a time at Spurs.
It doesn't look like we are going to be ready in the way maybe I myself said it a couple of weeks ago when we were doing like the squad builder and thinking where we would be towards the start of the season. I don't think we will be at that stage, but I'm looking at the squad. I think I wasn't taking into account maybe how good Archie Gray and how good Lucas Bergvall were going to be or are. I think they can come in straight away and do a really good job in the team. So I'm not so fussed on them. I think where we're lacking is the forward line. If we get one or two in the forward line before the start of the season, I'll be pretty content with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends what you want to achieve next season. If we're looking for like top 4 in a trophy, I think Bergvall and Gray can easily fill in and do a job for the team. If Ange is seriously looking at a title challenge, then we're probably going to need a lot more, to be honest. So
we're not challenging for the title this season.
Well, that's what Ange said he wants, and that's what
he probably wanted that last season as well.
Of course, and that's what we got aimed for. Well, that's what, if it's to be believed, that's his mentality. He's always aiming for that. So I think we have to do a hell of a lot more if we're going to get close gap on the top 3 teams, which was pretty sizable last season. But look, we'll see how much business gets done over the next few weeks. I'm sure there's still time, isn't there? We're only in mid-July, so there's still a lot of time to be had before the end of the transfer window.
And last bit of news is Lucas Bergvall back in training ahead of the Vissel Kobe game, which is music to all our ears because we saw how he ran the show in those first 20 minutes against who was QPR, and then obviously he kind of came on in the beginning of the second half against Hearts, and he was he took his time to grow into the game, but once he did, he was central to everything that we were doing. So hopefully he does get a few minutes against Vissel Kobe and he can put that injury behind him, because we're going to need him this season massively, and if he was to miss the football on the tour, that would have been a massive kick in the teeth.
100%. So Ange said after the game it was only precaution, and that's what he didn't say that, but he said it's only a bit sore, and it seems like he only took him off as a precaution. The fact he's back in training so soon would indicate that. So really great news, and I'm excited to see him on the tour, and if he can step it up and keep these performances going.
All right, well, we're back in the air in a few hours. 7-hour journey to Japan, Tokyo, where the players and Tottenham Hotspur are at the moment. So I guess we'll catch you all in Tokyo. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.